This is a meeting of the Franklin Township Public Library. It is May 22nd, 2024, and this is being held virtually on Zoom. I will now call the meeting to order. We'll start with a pledge of allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States
of America
and to the republic
which
for which it stands, one nation,
under
under
God,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Now to call the roll. NBC,
Here.
Kevin McNeil.
Here.
Okay, Nicholas Champa, I'm here. Mayor Kramer, here. Agnes Kulabanya, no, don't see her. Iris Kislin, she is excused. And Tiana Gresham. Amy Archibald. Neither of them are here. Okay. This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, also known as the Sunshine Law. The schedule and notification of this meeting have been provided to the Courier News, Home News Tribune, and the Franklin Township Clerk. Copies have been posted in the library's vestibule and are available at the reference desk. I would now like to open the meeting to the public, for any member of the public who would like to speak. And each speaker may speak for up to 5 minutes. There will be no yielding of time, and each speaker may speak only once. Speakers 18 years and older shall state their name and address. Those under 18 shall state their first name only. If a speaker engages a board member in conversation, the time the board member is speaking is included in the 5-minute limit. Okay, is there anybody who would like to speak? Seeing no one, I would like to close the public comment portion of the meeting. I would seek a motion to accept the minutes of the April 24th meeting. Is there such a motion?
Well, I wasn't there. I don't know if it's appropriate for me to make the motion. I wasn't.
Have you read the minutes?
Okay, then yes, I'll make the motion to accept the minutes from last week's meeting,
Yes.
last month's.
Okay, the April 24th meeting.
The April 24th meeting.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay.
Who was that?
Uh,
Was that the mayor?
Yes, I can second the motion.
Nick
That was Nick.
That was Nick?
Yeah.
The mayor.
Right. Okay.
Or whatever. Doesn't matter.
Was the mayor.
Okay, I didn't see your
Yeah.
hand, Bill. Okay.
Mayor Kramer.
There's a motion on the floor to accept the minutes. Is there any discussion of this motion or of the minutes? Seeing none, I'd like to call the question. Those in favor of the motion to accept, please indicate by raising your hand. This motion has passed unanimously with 4 votes. Thank you. Director's reports. January on.
We have the financial reports first. I think they're self-explanatory, but if anybody has any questions or comments, I would be happy to talk about it.
I understand them. I have none.
Nope.
Thank you. How about your program report?
Okay. Well, first of all, our ILS went live as scheduled on May 15th, and it went well.
Good.
Usually these things can be pretty hairy, but it went well. There were some glitches, but we either have worked them out or they're being worked out. And I would like to mention that many staff members worked on this project, but mostly it was handled by the head of adult services and the technology librarian, who really did the lion's share of the work, and they deserve my congratulations for a job well done.
Good.
Now, the gallery roof. The gallery roof is not going as well as the ILS went. They've started in earnest. We've had some ups and downs with them learning how to put the tarp on the building roof correctly. So we had a couple of leaks because of that. There was no real damage to anything because we had everything covered with plastic. And they did keep working on it, and they finally went out and got themselves a gigantic tarp that they don't have to fit together, because that was causing a lot of the problems. It was leaking where it was connected. So that seems to be under control. But they did say, the other thing is that we asked that they not leave so many panels that they've taken out, such big gaps, because that was creating problems when it rained with puddling in where the
Right.
tarps would sink.
Right.
So they have done that, and they did say it would slow things down somewhat. Hasn't really slowed it down too much, but other than that, things are going okay with the roof.
Good.
And let's see
You
what
know how
else.
much more time is they don't know.
End of July, into August.
Okay.
Here we go. The adult services department had 49 programs that 548 people came to,
Okay.
and the youth services had 25 programs that 679 people came to. The AARP tax program ended, as it should have, in the middle of April, and they confirmed that they filed 487 returns for people, and that was a 10% increase over last year.
Good.
And they also helped 120 seniors file for property tax relief programs. And April 22nd was the conclusion of our annual teen online poetry jam. And the application window for the summer reading buddies volunteer program ended on April 19th. And we've got 19 students who are going to be participating this summer.
Good.
And let's see. I think that is all I have to say. Once again, if you have any questions or comments, we can talk about them.
Nope. Yes.
Okay. I would like to reinforce January's report by saying that the contractor and the architect, January, and sometimes myself, are meeting every 2 weeks to discuss progress on the roof. And they discuss every detail and work them all out. So although rain has held up some work, it's going, I think it's going quite well. One can look up and see what's already done, starting at the back, and it's quite impressive.
Hey.
Yeah, it looks very nice.
Okay, there is no president's report. And correspondence and communication, we have all read what January sent us on Manga Goes Mainstream.
Yes.
Any discussion of that? Any questions about that?
I just said it was interesting. I never really even, I guess, I'm no longer hip.
Well,
And when my daughter says it, by me saying that I'm using the word hip, just
that
reinforces
marks you.
that,
Yeah.
that I am no longer hip. But it was very interesting reading, and thank you, January, once again.
Okay. Is there any other correspondence from anyone?
No.
Is there any old business? Seeing no old business, let's go on to new business. Where the item here is the proposed budget for the 24-25 fiscal year new budget. I know we've all read it and memorized every line of it, so
You want me to talk about it?
I think you've said it in your introduction, and I guess I only had one little question. Did your interest income take into account that the Fed might lower the rate?
No, I did not take that into account.
Yeah, probably won't happen too soon anyway. But
You know, if it does, in the past, we've been, I think mainly due to you, we found some other places that gave higher interest, so we could always look into that.
okay. I like the budget. It seems very much like last year's with a few tweaks. And of course, there is the excess. And January, in her introduction, has suggested that we earmark this $762,000 for capital fund. I have discussed that. I have thought about that, and that sounds to me reasonable.
Me too.
Would someone like to move to accept the budget as presented? And also, well, let's do two motions.
Okay.
Uh,
So I would like to accept the 2024-2025 library budget as presented to us in the packet.
Okay. Would you like to add to that the total amount? 4 million.
Yeah, I would. I would like to add it, but I just can't find it.
I have it.
Okay.
If you'll accept this number, $4,117,970.
That's the number I was looking for.
I'm reading it right off of here.
Okay, yeah. Do I have to repeat that?
No,
Okay.
Is there a second to that motion? NBC has seconded the motion. Is there any discussion? Seeing no discussion, I'd like to put this up for a vote. Those in favor of passing this motion signify by raising their hand. I see that there are 4 yes votes, and that's unanimous. That's passed. There is a suggestion or a request that we designate the excess for capital expenditures and for future projects. And I know there is an internal layout project that's been discussed, so we will continue to have capital expenditures.
So I'll make a motion that that we restrict the $762,443 surplus towards the capital fund for future projects.
Is there a second? Mayor Philip
Yeah,
Kramer has seconded the motion. Is there any discussion? Seeing no discussion, I'd like to put this to a vote. Those in favor signify by raising their hand. I see 4 hands. This one is also unanimous. there any other new business? Seeing none, I'd like to open the second portion of the public comment portion of the meeting. And I'm not going to read the statement again unless there's somebody here who would like to speak. Is there, seeing nobody, I would like to close the second portion. I'd also like to confirm that our next meeting date is June 26th, Wednesday, June 26th, 2024, at 5:45 p.m. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
And second, NBC, I think,
Yeah, he
had his
beat.
hand up first.
Mhm.
Any discussion on adjournment? Seeing none, those in favor, raise their hand.
Okay,
All four members here are in favor of adjournment.
okay.
I thank you very much for your attendance and see you next month.